This video is going to be a little bit different, and for starters, I'm talking to the camera. Like, it's mostly just going to be me talking. I'm not going to be doing necessarily any art because I've just had a lot of reflections lately, a lot of thoughts. And I just wanted to share basically like what has been going through my mind. Like whether you're just a student or whether you are an adult and you're trying to you make your mark on the world. There's a lot of pressure in finding your number one passion, you know what I mean? Like your thing. And I've always struggled with knowing what my thing is, and I always thought that maybe someday if I just kept doing a lot of different things, one of them would start standing out more than anything, and I would just stick with that. And there are some people that do have their like one thing, and this week it's been bugging me because I'm envious of the people that have one thing. And one example of somebody that's like that is my stud muffin husband, Justin. He's got a couple different hobbies. Both of us do a lot of hobbies, but for him, his thing is Warhammer 40K. And if you guys are familiar with that, it's just these little models and you paint the models, and that's how he got started because he's artistic too. But he is like obsessed with it, so he reads all about it. He talks about it with his friends all the time. It's like his thing. If he's got free time, Justin is usually painting Warhammer models or planning out his army or playing against our neighbor who also just happens to love Warhammer. My AC just kicked on. I hope that's not too loud. It sounds pretty loud, I'm sorry. And then conversely, there are also people that are the exact opposite of that and they don't have anything. Maybe you can think of somebody in your life that is like that. Like they go to work, they come home, they make dinner, they watch TV, and they go to bed. And I always wonder like what goes through those people's minds during the day. Like what do they think about all day? Because my mind is always flooding with all these ideas and all these things that I want to do, and like are they more at peace, or does that mean that they have more time to fret about like drama with other people? And do they have too much time on their hands to think about pointless stuff, I guess is my question. And I always wonder too, do they feel less fulfilled because they don't have hobbies, or do they not because they never cared to have hobbies in the first place? But for me, I've always had 700,000 hobbies. And normally what I'll do is like I'll pick up a hobby and I'll stick with it for like maybe like 3 months is probably the average, 3 months to a year. And I'll get really into it. I'll buy all the things and I'll do all the research and I get really into it. It's all I talk about for a long time. In one day, I can just drop it like a hot potato and like, that's it. I'm done with it. And I never pick it up again. Because usually what will happen is like, I'll find something that sparks my interest and I'm like, ooh, but look at this over here. Let me try this instead. And it's like, I get really distracted by like shiny new things and I want to try the new stuff. But it has its negatives because from a business point of view, it doesn't make sense to do all these different things that aren't all related to each other. If someone opens a store and they are selling appliances and dishware for your kitchen, and then they start selling dog bowls, it's like, yes, a dog bowl is a bowl, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has its place in this kitchen store. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I feel about some of my stuff. I think that it's been hurting me to be a jack of all trades, master of none regarding my business, because if you look at my Instagram, for example, I used to do webcomics. I dumped webcomics. Maybe that was one of my things that I dumped. I dumped it. I got into YouTube and I dumped webcomics. So my Instagram account used to be webcomics, and my Etsy store, which has an array of different prints which also don't match each other, and then clip art, which if anybody's following my clip art, it's usually a teacher or maybe a scrapbooker, and they don't want to see webcomics or other prints on Etsy. They want to see clip art, and they're only there for the clip art, and maybe they'll want to see a couple things about my life, but they're there for the clip art. And then the people that are there for my webcomics will see this clip art and be like, what the heck is this? And that's kind of how I feel. Like I feel like I have all these things that come out of left field and like I confuse people, and because of that I think it's definitely taken a toll on my growth as far as all of my social media. I've never been very good at growing my social media. So one thing I'm doing is I'm going to start an Instagram account that's just for clip art, because I was thinking about like, what's the biggest outlier that I have that really doesn't go with anything and really needs its own space, and that would be clip art. I did that with my Etsy shop. I opened a separate store just for clip art. But here's a perfect example of where I'm coming from. I would like to sell stickers. I have this Silhouette machine that you guys know I got for Christmas, and I've been meaning to start selling stickers. I can't sell stickers on my regular store because people aren't there for stickers, they're there for prints. And people aren't on my clip art store for stickers either, even though the clip art would be transferred into stickers. People that are looking for stickers are looking for stickers. They're not looking for a whole mix of crap that also just happens to have stickers, you know what I mean? I honestly think I'm gonna have to open a third Etsy shop just for stickers. This is what I'm talking about. This is why it's difficult, because I am not able to focus as much energy towards things because I have so many different things. But I love doing all these different things. Like, I don't want to give up any of them, because if I devoted all of my time to one of them, maybe I could make that lucrative enough that I could earn enough money to make a living or whatever. However, I don't want to, because I'd probably get bored with it, and then I'd be like, then everything else would be left deserted. So this has always been something that has really been nagging me regarding my YouTube channel, because I started my YouTube channel and my plan was just to do children's drawing tutorials. If you look at my very earliest videos, which by the way, they're terrible, it's how to draw a crab, how to draw a seahorse. It was just gonna be that. You were never gonna see my face. You were gonna see my hands, a Sharpie, and a sketchbook, and I was gonna do one simple drawing. The videos were gonna be like less than 5 minutes each. You can see how quickly it just developed into something else, because I realized maybe this is something I wanna look into more. There's more that I can do with this platform. But now it's sort of ironic, because now I feel like I can't post drawing tutorials on my own channel, even though that's what it was supposed to be, the base of my channel. I feel like I can't post those. What I've realized is that this channel is the mothership. So I can organize all of my content and make separate accounts for all these different things on social media, but YouTube is me. I don't want to like filter stuff. I don't want to have multiple channels. I want Pignet to be Pignet. I want it to be all me, whether you like it or not. What I've realized is, yes, I have all of these different things and all of these different ideas and all of these different ways of making art, but that's it. My thing is art. My thing is being creative. I want to show that it's possible to be perfectly fine and like adult without having to do what your parents did. For my channel banner, I used to have, like, it said Copic drawings and tutorials. I don't remember what it said. It said like a few different things, but I'm changing it to say surviving adulthood as an artist, because I was trying to think of like, what is my big message, I guess. I hate the word artist, I really do. I like to use the word creative instead of artist, but I feel like artist makes it easier for people to understand what I'm talking about. Maybe you guys can give me suggestions for the end cap of that, but that's basically what I'm trying to show. There are a lot of types of videos and a lot of parts about me that I've been holding back because I'm afraid to go out of the box of my demographic of people. And because of that, I'm also preventing people that would have a lot of interest in what I have to say from even finding me, because I don't make the content to begin with. So what does this mean for you? My channel isn't going to change a lot. It's not going to change hardly at all. But I'm going to start to loosen the reins about what kind of content I post. So you might see a post that is a different video or topic that's still related to the creative industry. It's still related to art, but it's not just a speed paint. So if you've made it this far in the video, thanks for sticking with me. I'm sure that was difficult. Before I leave, I'm gonna leave you guys with a list, and it's gonna be all of the things that I already do on my channel, and also all of the things that I've never done before and I would like to start doing more of. And I want you to go through and let me know in the comment section below. Make a little list. What would you be interested in hearing about? And maybe it's just all of the above. Maybe it's just me, which is obviously the best case scenario. This is more just for me to take a look at and really think about what should I maybe get a jump start on, honestly. And regardless of the results, I'm still gonna post about this stuff anyways, because I wanna stop holding back what I post out of fear that I'll scare away my demographic, because I think the more I be true to myself, the more that I'll start gaining people that are true to what I have to say too, if that makes sense. So make a list in the comment section below. If you don't feel like doing this, you can also just say hi. You guys know that I love hearing from you. I love hearing how you're doing. So here's the list. Easy how to draw drawing tutorials. Speed art. This includes digital art, Copic art, watercolor paintings, art tutorials such as Copic art, and digital art, drawing in Photoshop. Selling on Etsy. How to be self-employed and how to freelance. The picture book industry. More about me personally and vlogs. And art challenges. I tried to come up with a 10th, but I just was like, I don't have a 10th. So let me know in the comment section below, which of these do you care about seeing the most? And I look forward to seeing your answers. If you guys like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next week.